better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf.
Frank, the seventh here at Oakmont at 434 yards looks like your prototypical U.S. Open hole in that it requires some accuracy off the tee.
It does, and the bunkers are exactly where you would like to hit it, that sort of awkward distance. So if you want to challenge this hole off the tee, you're going to bring the 5 bunkers into play, the 2 on the left and the 3 on the right.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Getting set now over the putt. He'll take par and move on.
Frank, the par 3/8, it will take a player's very best strike.
Yeah, it's not often you see the odd driver come out of the bag, but when a hole can be stretched out to close to 300 yards, then everybody in the field needs some heavy artillery. It's a big, long par 3. Green does feed a little bit to the left, but at that distance, no hole is easy.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. These putts keep the round together. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Now a 7-footer. How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. Let's crawl that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
Clean this up with a tap.
A big solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Well, this is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in it. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Par 4 11th is 379 yards as we continue the backside here at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum, hopefully keeping it out of that right rough. And the reason why that right rough is certainly to be avoided is that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Just a couple of feet.
And he makes it for par.
Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live final round coverage of the United States Open Championship.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Early part of this second nine and a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Birdie try again here today.
I don't know what they were looking at.
So they'll tap in.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
That is classy.
No chance of going in. Even par, currently.
Frank, that birdie will help the cause.
Well, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont is no cupcake. It measures in at 667 yards.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Get Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. You know, I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
You can't leave an eagle putt short.
Now listen, anytime I left it short, I didn't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you left it short.
All right, I won't say anything. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Well, Frank, what about this par 3 13th? Measures 183 yards.
It has a little bit of a crescent-shaped green, but it looks like the green should shape that way, but the actual contours of the green go in the opposite direction. The only good thing about that is chances are you've got an uphill putt.
And so the approach shot finishes up some 25 feet from the hole.
Yeah, not his best, but certainly not his worst.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
No, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Well, the reason Oakmont has hosted so many U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, is it has a really good blend of holes. And now we come to a short par 4 at 358 yards, the 14th.
You can see the predicament in front of you, bunkers left and right. But really the bonus here is if you can get the ball on the fairway with just something like a long iron off the tee, this is one of your best scoring opportunities at Oakmont.
Well, that approach shot is well to the left, but still, he's on the putting surface. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. In for birdie.
Well, this is a good U.S. Open par 4 at 499 yards. The 15th is one of the better holes in the course, Frank.
It is. The shape of the tee shot you think would suit a cut, but because the fairway slopes quite severely to the right, really it needs a draw just to work its way against that slope and somehow keep it on the straight and narrow. Happiness is a long, 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 long walk after that one.
Frank, deep into a final round of the U.S. Open at Oakmont. This approach shot at 15, this is where you really need to be focused.
You do. The front third of the screen slopes back towards the front right of the green. Then everything in the middle starts to kick towards.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Frank, this is a point in the round where you really need to summon your best stuff. Par 3 of 231 yards. You know the pressure's building. We're at the 16th